Imagine a ghost from the future suddenly appearing over the serene skies of Oahu on December 7th, 1941. The island sleeps under calm blue skies, unaware of what lurks just beyond the horizon. American forces are at peace, complacent, unprepared, blind to the storm about to crash down. The tension hangs thick in the still air, the calm before a devastating storm few can see coming. What if that ghost wasn't just a specter, but a game-changer in the heart of this historic moment? Silent and unseen, the mighty Kido Butai slips through the Pacific's vast expanse. Over 350 aircraft, sleek fighters, torpedo bombers, and dive bombers gather in the morning light, poised just minutes from unleashing their devastating strike. The quiet before the storm is thick with tension, as the fate of the U-Times Pacific Fleet hangs by a thread. History is about to pivot on this razor's edge, steering toward a tragedy that will echo through time. On the quiet tarmac of Hickam Field, amid the looming shadows of 1941, sits an impossible sight. A gleaming F-22 Raptor, its sleek composite skin and stealth lines utterly out of place like a ship dropped through time. This mechanical ghost, a marvel of 21st century air power, stands ready, fully armed and fueled. Yet, it is breathtakingly alone, cut off from any support, an island of future technology stranded in a war that hasn't yet learned to fight it. The sky darkens as the first wave of 183 Japanese planes, sleek A6M0s, deadly B-5N Kate torpedo bombers, and swift D-3A Val dive bombers fills the horizon, blotting out the bright morning sun. Alarms scream across Oahu, shattering the calm like a sudden nightmare. In an instant, the day of infamy arrives. The surprise attack unfolds with ruthless precision. The tension that had lingered moments before explodes into chaos and terror. Every American on the ground knows this is no drill war has come to Pearl Harbor. As the first bombs crash down, the F-22 Raptor's engines roar to life, shattering the calm of that infamous morning. Without hesitation, it surges down the runway, a sleek specter from the future poised to strike. This isn't about dogfighting with agile enemy fighters, it's a precise mission. The pilot's goal is surgical. Target the Japanese bombers, the true threat to Battleship Row. With deadly intent, the Raptor prepares to dismantle the heart of the surprise attack before it can deliver its catastrophic blow. At 40,000 feet, the F-22 Raptor becomes a silent specter above the chaos below. Cloaked by its stealth design, it's invisible to radar and the naked eye alike, a ghost stalking its prey from the heavens. From this commanding height, the pilot gains a god's-eye view of the first wave, a dense formation of enemy bombers moving in tightly knit ranks. The battlefield unfolds like a chessboard beneath him, each aircraft marked as a target in a deadly game of survival. With unmatched speed and precision, the Raptor reads the enemy's every move, preparing to strike swiftly before the Japanese forces even realize they're being hunted. From high above, the Raptor's APG-77 radar sweeps the horizon, picking out the critical threats with surgical precision. On the pilot's display, the slow, lumbering shapes of the Kate and Val bombers glow bright red, the true danger to Battleship Row. The agile Zeros, swift and deadly as they are, fade into the background. They're not the priority right now. Without a hint or warning, the engagement erupts. The Japanese pilots remain blind to the invisible predator stalking them, and the battle begins silent, sudden, and deadly. The stealthy bay doors slide open with barely a sound, a subtle prelude to a devastating strike. The pilot's voice cuts through the cockpit's hum, Fox 3. In that instant, the first salvo of AMRAAM missiles is unleashed, dropping silently into the sky. They streak across the miles of open air, invisible hunters closing in on unsuspecting Japanese bombers. These sleek, lightning-fast missiles are surgical instruments of destruction, designed to sever the enemy's attack before it can fully unleash. It's a swift, merciless opening gambit that catches the enemy completely off guard. 6 to 8 Japanese bombers suddenly explode in brilliant fireballs, ripped apart without warning. Their tight formations break apart instantly, chaos filling the sky. There's no sign of who is attacking, no tracer fire, no warning shots, just sudden, unstoppable destruction that leaves the enemy pilots reeling. The air is thick with confusion as planes vanish in an invisible storm, their crews helpless against an unseen and deadly force. This phantom on the battlefield has turned the tides with merciless precision, striking fear into those who once believed the attack was perfectly planned and unstoppable. Confusion sweeps through the Japanese pilots like a chilling wave. Their eyes frantically scan the skies, empty yet deadly. Their confidence in a flawless surprise attack shatters. Now they realize they're being hunted by something unseen, a ghost in the clouds. Fear creeps in, unraveling their carefully crafted mission. What was meant to be a swift strike is now chaos, under an invisible threat. The battlefield has shifted, and uncertainty grips their every move. The Raptor slips through the sky, a phantom embraced by shadows, its presence whispered but not yet shouted across the battlefield. Its stealth coating renders it nearly invisible, weaving through enemy detection like a ghost in the fog. Yet that first missile salvo has broken the silence, alerting the Japanese forces to an unseen hunter. Now the question looms large. How many more of these deadly bombers can this lone, futuristic warrior take down before its limited stores of missiles and fuel run out? Time ticks relentlessly as the Raptor races against the clock in its own finite arsenal, each decision weighted with the fate of the fleet below. The battle tightens. The remaining Japanese planes surge forward, forcing the fight into close range where stealth and missiles lose their edge. The F-22 drops lower, shifting from a distant hunter to a visible combatant in the thick of chaos. Every second counts now. The pilot's warnings beep relentlessly. Fuel is low, ammo is running thin. The strategic clock is ticking faster, turning this high-tech ghost into a desperate warrior, trying to hold the line against overwhelming odds. Switching tactics, the pilot moves to heat-seeking. Sidewinder's sleek, deadly missiles that home in on the warmth of engines. Two Kate bombers, lining up to launch torpedoes at the USS Oklahoma, are vaporized almost instantly. Precision strikes like these are a game-changer, but each missile fired chips away at a limited arsenal. Every shot counts, and the pressure mounts as the pilot balances ruthless efficiency with the harsh reality of dwindling resources. With its missile stock depleted, the F-22 Raptor switches tactics. The pilot unleashes the 20mm Vulcan cannon, a deadly, precise weapon perfect for close-range combat. A sharp burst tears through the wing of a diving D-3A Val, shattering it mid-attack. That single shot disrupts an imminent strike against a battleship, buying precious seconds and sparing it from destruction. Yet every round fired takes its toll. A significant chunk of the Raptor's 480 rounds vanish in moments of fierce defense. This brief but brutal exchange highlights the razor-thin margin between survival and devastation in this impossible battle. The Raptor had already dismantled around a dozen high-value targets, a devastating blow to the Japanese first wave. Yet, alarms blared warnings of dwindling fuel and scarce ammunition. The vast sky remained crowded with enemy planes, an endless swarm that no single fighter, no matter how advanced, could hope to annihilate alone. The harsh truth settled in. Sheer numbers still ruled this battle, and the pilot faced an insurmountable challenge as the odds stacked relentlessly against him. The second wave loomed large on the horizon, 170 more Japanese aircraft pouring in, relentless and unyielding. The F-22, once a ghost from the future, was now running on empty, both ammo and fuel nearly gone. It couldn't keep fighting. That technological marvel, a god of war moments before, had been stripped down to a vulnerable machine. Its brief, fierce battle was over. Now it faced the harsh reality. No matter how advanced, even the mightiest weapon has its limits. The Raptor had made its stand, but the war was far from finished. Forced to break off, the pilot pulls the Raptor away from the chaos, the weight of retreat heavy in the air. This is no victory lap, it's a reluctant withdrawal, abandoning the fight as the second wave charges in. The Lone Guardian's fuel and ammo have run dry. Its mission, remarkable yet finite, has reached its limit. Though the skies are still thick with danger, the Raptor's brief but fierce strike has already shifted the battle's course. Now, it must live to fight another day, retreating into the smoky haze of a battlefield forever changed. The F-22 touches down silently, a stark contrast to the chaos-consuming Hickam Field. Flames lick the sky, smoke curling around the wreckage of 1941's brutal reality. Here, amid the ashes and despair, this lone futuristic sentinel stands both out of place and oddly timeless. It arrived too late to stop history's horrors, but early enough to rewrite its course, forever a silent witness to the battle it only partially changed. The pilot climbs down, shadowed by the smoke, knowing the fight isn't over, just transformed. This moment marks both an end and a new beginning, where past and future collide in the crucible of war. The final tally tells a story of both tragedy and hope. While devastation still blankets the harbor, the F-22's intervention turned the tide just enough to save one, maybe two, key warships from utter destruction. Hundreds of lives were spared because of its swift and precise strikes. Flames still flicker over Pearl Harbor, but the scale of loss was distinctly less grim. This lone, futuristic warrior didn't stop the attack, but it changed the course of history in a way no one could have imagined. For the Japanese pilots, the attack was a tactical success. They had struck hard and achieved their immediate goal. But beneath that victory lay a deep psychological shock. Whispers spread among their ranks of an invisible, invincible enemy fighter, an unseen force that stalked and tore through their formations with deadly precision. Such tales were quickly dismissed as combat hysteria, the fog of war playing tricks on desperate eyes. Yet the fear lingered, a haunting question mark in their minds. Despite shaking the enemy's confidence momentarily, the overwhelming scale of the assault meant the strategic aim to neutralize the U.S. Pacific Fleet was still largely fulfilled. In the end, the lone F-22 at Pearl Harbor drives home a crucial lesson. No matter how advanced or powerful a single piece of technology might be, it remains just one tactical tool, not a silver bullet for war. True victory belongs to the networks behind those weapons, the supply lines, the strategies, and the sheer numbers that sustain them. Now imagine what if other technologies from the future showed up in history's most pivotal moments. Could one futuristic asset rewrite the course of battles or even entire wars? Drop your wildest theories below. Let's explore the possibilities together.